All right, everybody, we'll start with questions for Coach Barnes. We can just fire away.
So, Coach, what are your initial thoughts after today's tough loss?
We played bad. ASU wanted it more. I saw it in the warmups. I was actually worried in the warmups. They were intense. They were talking. They were confident. They wanted to win, and they took it from us. They played really well. They forced us into doing tough things. They came in, shot the ball well. Came into the game under 30% from the three. They shot 56%. We could not stop their stagger action, which I don't know why, because we guard that a lot, had a tough time stopping it. We let them shoot 46% from the two. We won't win games like that. They wanted it more. They took it from us. They played harder. They just totally outplayed us and deserved to win the game.
And then there's a few times down the court that ASU was able to get buckets right at the rim in transition offense. It seemed like communication was an issue there.
It was an issue, and that shouldn't be an issue. And that's not what we do. It was an extreme issue today. We gave them 0 points in the first half, and then second half gave them 16 in transition. That's not us, and that's a problem. And it's just, we have to be able to get stops when we need to. We can't have mental mistakes. We can't allow 2-on-1 fast breaks. I don't know why. We don't send everybody to the boards and not get back in transition. That's not what we do, and I don't know why we did that. This is a bad game, and this game hurts us.
And then Helena didn't have any time today. Was that an injury issue?
Yeah, she was a little banged up, so we're saving her. I want her for the Pac-12 tournament, but we needed her today. But we have a good team. Helena's one of our best shooters, but we have to be able to win games without her. Other people have to step up and do their jobs. And I thought that we forced a lot down the stretch. So we took bad shots. We had 16 turnovers. I think that we can't win games like this. We gave them momentum. We let them stick around, and then they just punched us in the face and took it from us. And that's unfortunate.
So it's been 3 straight games with real questionable offense. What does it take to get through?
I don't know. We've worked extensively on it over the week or the past week. It's a struggle for us right now. We aren't able to hit open shots. The paint is really congested for Aerie, which I think they had a tough time still guarding her. But we can't only rely on Aerie. I can't run every offense for Aerie, but I think down the stretch we can't then force shots because we haven't touched the ball. So I just think that our posts combined, our 2 starting posts, Kate and Trinity, combined for 6 for 21. We need Kate to be a scorer. We need Trinity to finish around the basket. So those aren't numbers we can have. Kate doesn't usually go 3 for 13, but we need her to be a scorer. She's a great job on the boards, but can't have 4 turnovers from the post. And it's just, we need more productivity, more balance. We need to find a way to get Lauren the ball. Lauren can't play 19 minutes without a shot. It's just, we struggle. We struggled today, and it's unfortunate, but we have to find a way to fix it. And when we're playing our best basketball, we have balance, when we have freedom, when we share the ball, coming into the game, Sam was shooting 70% coming in the game. I don't know, last however many games, we have to still find ways to get Sam more shots. But we need some other people to step up. We're not going to win games with just 2 people scoring.
Adia, I know that it didn't come down to that last shot in overtime. There were a lot of things leading up to it, but in that possession, really, what happened? So
we didn't do what we were supposed to do. Continuously on the top of staggers, there was no help. We were getting separation from under the basket for the beginning of staggers, which we shouldn't. And they continue to kill us on stagger. I'm curious to see the tape, but I would say out of 64 points, probably 25 were off the staggers. So that's a problem. And that's something basic and that we've guarded all year round. I don't know why we couldn't guard it. And then once they had confidence, they hit tough shots. But after Taya was hitting shots, we would never be that low on the top of stagger. That was a dagger. That was a huge mental mistake that it didn't cost the game. It's not the only reason, but it is the dagger that helped win the game. The post players know on shooters, they have to be in more of a help position, especially when the post players They weren't looking to hit the post. They were looking to hit the guards. I don't think one time they hit the post off those staggers. So that is a problem that we couldn't adjust to that. And I have no idea why. It's something we always do. And so that tells me we're not locked in. That tells me we're not mentally prepared. And so I take some responsibility in that because I don't know, we have to be able to guard that. And then the problem is right now, our people have to be able to step up. And when someone's not playing well or we're having trouble with that, we need to go to the bench and people have to step up. And right now that's not happening. So, we just got to get better and we cannot play like this.
And in that last shot that Kate took, I mean, in that, typically, I know that you would want that in Aries' hands, the ball.
Yeah. The problem is we ran so much in Aries' hands. So when Aries has the ball in the middle of the floor, there's 10 people guarding it. So we have to be able to spread the ball. We have to look to the corners, and that's where a game like, and actually Bendu was shooting the ball well. She was 2 for 2 from the 3. But I think consistently they guard Sam on the perimeter. So that's not the shot we want. It's not bad, but it's just a tough shot. We do typically, I think Kate's one of our best players, but it wasn't her night tonight. I think typically, they couldn't stop Ari, but I think the paint was just so congested. They want to make it hard. They wanted someone else to beat them, which is rightfully so. And then we couldn't hit shots. So it's unfortunate. We did not play well, and this game hurts. And I knew from the get-go, I sat and watched warm-ups today, and I knew we weren't mentally ready. And that is a problem. That's a maturity thing. That's a leadership thing. And we can't do that. We can't do that and win down the stretch. Now, the silver lining to this loss is it's much better to lose now than it is in the Pac-12 tournament or in the NCAA tournament. So hopefully this is behind us. But, my concern as a coach is that we're not playing our best basketball right now. So we have to go back and get better.
Although Maddie Connor is only a freshman and hasn't been in big time minutes, was there any thought in putting her in that situation to try to spread the floor even more and only going one big?
No, not in that situation. No. Because in that situation, Bendu is 2 for 2 from the 3, playing well, lockdown defense, and then Sam spreads the floor. So defensively, we were having a tough time guarding, and I think Bendu and Sam are more experienced defensively, and they're more ahead defensively right now. So that would have hurt us. But there was no doubt in the game that Maddie could spread the floor. But I think she's a freshman without experience, so it's a very tough situation to put her in when those guards are hot in those situations. I didn't want to put her in a situation like that. But I think later on she can help us, especially if like Helena's out or something, because it hurt us not having Helena and her experience.
Anything else for Coach? All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
All right, questions for Bendu? Go ahead.
So Bendu, can you take me through that final defensive possession for you guys? It looked like ASU got the switch that they wanted. What did you see on the court?
Are you talking about the switch with me and Trinity?
Yeah.
I mean, I was trailing her. I was making it difficult for her. I thought she curled, and I got hit by the screen, and Trinity told me to switch. And, I mean, she hit a big shot, so she's a good player.
And then what did Coach Dia Barnes tell you guys in the locker room after the game?
We got to be more productive. Everybody, our post players can't get that many, or they didn't get that many touches this game. And we need our post players to score. I think Trinity only got 8 shots, and we got to get her more. Lauren didn't get any shots this game, and we got to get her more. Everybody, especially when we have a player out, everybody got to step up. And, I mean, today only a couple players stepped up, and we needed the whole team.
And then Coach Barnes mentioned before the game she didn't feel like the energy was there from the get-go, even in warm-ups. Did you feel the same way, and why is that?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like we've been warming up the same way this whole year. I mean, maybe we should have had a little bit more energy for this game because, it's a rivalry game. But I think our team is kind of just not a laid-back team, but, I mean, we don't – until the game time, I feel like that's when we, turn up our intensity. But I think we might have to change a little bit because what we're doing right now isn't working.
Anybody, anything else for Bendu?
And then ASU was able to get a lot of transition buckets. There looked like there was a lot of miscommunication out there. That's usually something you guys don't do. Was it something that they were doing differently than last time?
You said it right. We was not talking to each other. There was a lot of miscommunications. A lot of times that only one person was back, and we were supposed to send 3 back. And so if they have a 2-on-1 or even a 3-on-1, 9 times out of 10, you're going to score. That's with any team. And so they took full advantage of our mistakes.
And then headed into the Pac-12 tournament next week, what do you take out of this loss?
That we got to go harder. We had a lot of times when we could have scored in the paint and, we went up soft. We got to go up stronger. Now it's win or go home the rest of the way. And so we just got to play, be smarter on offense and, play harder defense.
All right, thank you, Bendu.
Oh, he had a question. Ryan had a question.
Ryan, you got one?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, as a backcourt, I know you were talking about getting Trinity more looks, but what can you guys do as a backcourt to help Ari out and just be more productive on offense?
As a backcourt, we gotta give Sam more shots. I think she took only 9. I think today as a backcourt we kind of played pretty well. I think we just needed our post players. But to help Ari, we all gotta be productive. From the bench, from the starters, we all have to help Ari. It can't just be like the guards. It has to be everybody coming in and off or coming in the game.
How much did not having Helena hurt you guys in this game?
It hurt us a lot because she's a person that can spread out the floor. I hit a couple, but still they know I'm not a shooter. So they still sat in the paint. And then, some players that came off the bench, they aren't shooters. So we had Maddie come off, but she wasn't able to get a look. So having Poyo, she's able to, spread the floor, and they have to guard her. And so that opens the floor up for me, Ari, and Shayna to drive, and even the post players.
Any other questions? Okay, thanks, Bendu.
Thank you.